What's good, collective? How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. Look, somebody's light is out here shining very brightly, okay, collective. Your light is about to place you in places and spaces that you didn't foresee, possibly. This could be something that you don't see foresee coming. We got the sun on the split of the day. You have an illuminance about you. Okay, you have a sparkle, you have a glow that someone is seeing. This could be a group of people, this could be one individual person, but it's about to place you um in an arena, maybe even in a different industry than you thought you were going to go in. Okay, but it's going to walk you into a room or an opportunity that you may not see coming. Okay, you're fully capable to do whatever this is that the divine is about to walk you into. All right, so you're being asked to go in with an explorative mind. All right, to be curious. All right, um yeah, to embrace the unknown with curiosity. So this is something that is unknown to you. Whatever this opportunity is that's about to open up to you, it's something that you again did not see or foresee coming. Okay? There could be something that you're doing right now that is about to be um that is about to move you into another opportunity or another industry that is connected but not directly connected to whatever it is you're doing right now. Okay? So you're definitely going to need to be adventurous. There's an adventure that you're about to take. All right? Be very optimistic, open to possibilities. This is something that you're going to enjoy though, with all of those different, oh, that's like a karukachu or whatever it's called. Or churukachu. What that? You know the boy with the fruit and the sausages and shit. The charcuterie. I think it's a charcuterie. I think that's what it is. That's what I'm seeing when I look at this card, right? A lot of options, and whatever this option is, whatever this option is, you're going to enjoy it. Okay? Don't y'all be judged because I don't know how to say that word. I call it a karukachu because to me, that's how it look like it's spelled. Whatever. Um, you could be okay, let me put it like this. When you get into this space, when you get into this new thing that you're about to be given the opportunity to, there could be a little bit of imposter syndrome that might want to try to come up. There could be a little bit of doubt of your capability to function in this space with these people at this level of expertise or whatever the case may be. This is where you're going to have to let your you're going to have to be comfortable with not knowing everything. You're going to have to be comfortable with possibly needing to learn a new function, a new skill, okay? Humility is going to be required. To just allow yourself to be in the space and be vulnerable if there are people there who have been doing it longer than you or have been doing that particular thing in that way longer than you. So this could be something that's going to open you up to a new skill set, all right? A new gifting. Now, this could be spiritually that you're elevating to a new frequency and that in the new frequency you're moving up to, of course, you're going to have to learn how to exist at that vibration, okay? But this is a good change that is coming to you. So it's going to look like to other people that you're experiencing some sort of overnight success. You know it ain't been overnight. Okay, you know the work you've had to put in and everything you've had to sacrifice and endure to get to the point to where you are possessing this light and this glow, and have this opportunity open up to you because of it. Yeah, we have the death card here. You've gone through a lot of changes. Whatever this is with the Nine of Cups peeking out, this is definitely a wish fulfillment for you, okay? So there could be somebody also that you're about to go on this exploration with, as it says, walk a new path together. Or that could be you and your spirit team, you and the divine, having to kind of expand, and the divine is asking you to let them help you do that, okay? So we got exploring on both. Wait a minute. Look at this. I didn't even see that before. We got two explorings here. Two explorings. Okay? So this is you. I don't even know where that went. Yeah, that went down here. Okay. This is light and darkness. This is light. This is in the light and the blackness. Okay? I won't call it the darkness. It's more or less the blackness. But wow. I didn't even know that deck had two exploring cards. So in one instance, you're going to be exploring another level of your light that I see you, out here glowing in, and I'm picking up that you're stepping into or have stepped into, and at the same time, you still have access to your shadow aspect. So again, someone has successfully integrated their shadow into their light. All right, and this is going to open up new opportunities to you. We're going to get into this message a little bit and see what spirit wants us to know. Thank you so much again for tapping in with your girl. To all of my new viewers, welcome, 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 and to my soul tribe, welcome back. All right, spirit, what do you want the collective to know with this exploring here? Clarify, please. Let's see. We have the Five of Wands in the upright and the reverse lovers. So, if there has been some sort of conflict or some sort of competition, okay, you're being separated out of the pack. Okay? The light that you have stepped into, that you are possessing right now, the balance that you have is separating you out of the pack. Okay? Like, someone who is observing you is seeing you as different, as seeing you as the one that out of possibly other applicants I'm hearing. So for some this could be a job, for some this could be a promotion on a job, right? But out of other people, the other people who are maybe competing for this opportunity, you're being separated from the group, okay? You're being seen as different. Tell me more. Can't make it up, bro. High priestess. Fully capable, all right? You have the gifts and the tools of the spirit that you need to do whatever this is that you are being offered the opportunity to do, okay? This could also be someone intuitively knowing that they are qualified for whatever this is. So if you have applied for a promotion on your job, if you've applied for a new job, you know that you are qualified for it. You know what sets you different, what makes you different. You know you're not like anyone else who's also applying for the same job. You know, you know this, okay? You know this. You're fully aware. And so that intuitive knowing is your confirmation that whatever this is, that you are going to receive it, you are going to step into it, and that the spotlight has been put on you. So if this is you have recently went for a job interview, they're really, really leaning towards giving you the job. They're more than likely going to give you the job. You're aware of that, though. You can feel it. You can sense it. Clarify Epicure. The Karukachu board. I laugh every time I say it because I know I'm saying it wrong. Okay. I just know I am. All right. Two of Wands. Yeah, you're headed towards something that's going to bring you a lot of satisfaction. All right. Um, And someone could be headed towards you to bring you a spiritual karukachu board. Okay. Someone may be headed towards you to bring you a delicacy of an opportunity that is desirable by many. Okay, they're headed towards you, or you are headed towards it. Could be both. Reverse five of pentacles. Yeah. So this is a recovery here. This is regaining something. Tell me more. What is this five of pentacles? What did I say? A recovery. Okay? A recovery. Someone's finances is about to take a major um a major step up, a major leap forward financially. Something that you've been working on is about to allow you to recover financially. You are mastering a certain skill here, or have mastered already a certain skill, and that skill, someone is about to bring you an opportunity to monetize. So this could be monetization for some of you. You know, if you're a content creator on any platform, this could be you finally reaching the level of being able to monetize your work. You've been working on it for a while. You've been staying with it. Times you've been discouraged. You know, you didn't allow yourself to get discouraged to the point to where you stop, where you give up. You kept going. Mm-hmm. Clarify compass. The magician. This is resources. This is why it's going to look like, to people on the outside looking in, it's going to look like you're having some sort of overnight success, because there's a certain magic about you. Okay, there's a certain majestic quality about you. um but you having the ability to manifest this. Yeah, to manifest this looks to other people as if you did it easily, but you didn't do it easily. All right, you didn't do it easily. And if you're sitting out here in the reverse five of pentacles and the reverse five of cups, then that means there was a period of your life when you were in the upright five of pentacles and the upright five of cups, which means whatever you have mastered, you absolutely paid the price and made the sacrifice for it. But on the outside looking in, it looks like you're using magic. It looks like you're using, some sort of mysticism or something like that, which you could be. But people are going to think that you just popped up overnight. Like, where did you come from? Who is that? Where they came from? Because whatever this is, you're stepping into a foundation that's pretty laid, right? And maybe there are other people who have been in this industry for many years, multiple years. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they have seniority and things like that. And then here you come, a youngin, you know what I mean? Here you come, and you're just as qualified as somebody that's been on the job for 40 years, or you're just as qualified as somebody who's been operating at this level for X amount of years, and you could be chronologically younger than them. You could be experientially younger than them. You know what I'm saying? Your experience to them seems like you just popped up out of nowhere. Okay? Clarify the magician. Compass. What did I say? This is you manifesting something, but this is also, the pages are about, it could be about a child, it could be about a childlike nature. You know what I'm saying? So based on however long you've been doing something, or however old you are, in comparison to other people who do the same thing, it doesn't appear that you should be being placed or given this opportunity that you're about to be given. Okay, to outside people looking in, right? Like, to them, it looks like you're not supposed to be the one in that position, because you haven't been doing it as long as everybody else has been doing it. Which is more of a reflection of the fact that they've been at whatever level that they are at, and they have not grown. Okay? It's like being in the church since you was 20 years old and you 60 and you still, you know, you know, you haven't grown. I'm not saying everybody's called to lead or called to ministry, but you've been in the same space at the same spot, preaching the same word. Your word ain't grown. Your interpretation of the scripture ain't grown. You ain't went no deeper. The Holy Ghost ain't took you no deeper. You just been in this organization you call the church for 40 years and you have had no growth. And then someone comes in that's 19, 20 years old, and their interpretation of the scripture is deeper, is more powerful, they're more anointed. Right? This is given that. This is given that you don't appear to be the one to be qualified, but you are. And the only reason why people in this arena is looking at you as unqualified is because they've been occupying a space and have ceased growing. They have stopped growing. Okay? So, recovery and healing. There's some work that you do that is going to provide some sort of healing or recovery. And I'm hearing Spirit say that only you can do. Only you can do because of the type of sacrifice, the type of work you put in. This is why you're being moved into this space. It's not because you're better than anybody, but what needs to be done, it has to be you to do it. Nobody else there is really qualified to do this specific task because they don't have the specific experience with the divine to bring about the desired outcome that the divine wants to bring out. Okay, again, whether this is in a workforce or whether this is in spiritual work, whether this is you on social media, you in your community, you could be an activist. You understand what I'm saying? And whatever needs to be done, you have to be the one to do it. You have to be the one to lead the charge. So this is why you're being brought into this new opportunity in new space, because you possess a certain light that will expose what has been hidden. You possess a certain light that will expose what nobody else there has the light to expose or choosing not to expose. And the divine is saying enough is enough. I said expose it. I said uncover it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and get such and such and such and such because she's been putting in the work. He's been putting in the work, and they're willing to do it, and they're qualified to do it. And I destined them to do this specific thing. So I'm sending them into this particular territory. This is what this reading is about. Someone in the collective, take it how I resonate, is getting ready to be moved into a space that you didn't think your gifts was needed, but they are needed over there. They are needed over here. And you're about to be moved into this space, okay? Clarify exploring. Look, because everything in that space is not fine. See, this is them covering up over everything being okay, everything being fine. Oh, we're okay. We're robbing, stealing, and pillaging and plundering, but everything's okay. No, everything's not okay. This is what I was trying to explain. Something in this space, this place, this time is not okay. And you have the light that is needed to uncover it and to heal. And to, because it's not enough to just uncover. If you, it's like being a doctor and cutting somebody open and then just leaving them fucking open, bleeding out. You went in there for the tumor, you saw the tumor, was perfectly capable of getting the tumor out. You cut them open and just left the shit there and sewed them back up. No, it's not enough to expose. You're also bringing healing. And see, this is the thing. Satan likes to hide. He doesn't like exposure. Satan doesn't like exposure. So anytime something needs to be healed, exposure is the first phase of that, right? A lot of things are done in the darkness, right? And as long as the people doing it feel like they are cloaked and they are hidden and they can't be seen, they will continue to do it, and they will be sitting here talking about everything is fine. everything's not fine. Okay. And so to get justice and balance and healing to come through, the first phase is exposure. You are the light source that's about to walk into a room, walk into an industry, walk on a job, walk somewhere, moved into something that is going to illuminate what is being hidden. Okay? What is being hidden. And you as a high priestess, you're fully qualified. All right. This is something that you're very passionate about. Look, with the Ten of Swords right here. And this is why you're passionate about it, because you've experienced these same, look, the same swords that this whoever and whatever and wherever you're being sent, that they're sitting up under a cloak saying everything is fine. You have experienced those same swords. Maybe not by the same people, but it's the same experience. You have experienced these swords before. You've gone through this type of tragedy before. You've gone through this type of trauma before. Okay? You've experienced this and you have overcome it in your personal life. This is what makes you qualified to walk in the room and expose it in this setting, because I'm feeling like it's not just you. It's like a job, or it's like it could be the spiritual community. It could be an organization. It could be a nonprofit that you're about to get a job on, and they've been over there stealing money. And you about to come and bust the shit wide open because you knew what it was like to need help from a nonprofit. You know what it's like to be disenfranchised. You know what it's like when you are someone trying to make ends meet and people are receiving resources that are supposed to help the community, but instead of doing that, they're lining their pockets. You know what it's like. So you're absolutely very passionate about whatever it is you're doing because you've experienced what it's like to be on the opposite end of the trauma, of the drama, of the theft, of the abuse, of the whatever it is, right? So your light is needed in a space. Okay? Your fresh perception, intuition, love, vibration is needed in this space. There's some sort of breakdown. Oh my. There's some sort of breakdown taking place. And this might be a breakdown that you're about to bring. Because a lot of things go on in society, whether it be in and out of the spiritual community, out in, the 3D community, wherever. It's just a lot of things that go on, right? Where things are being built on faulty foundations, but they're being held up by deceit. The foundation is faulty to begin with, but it's being held up by deceit or trickery. Okay? Is being held up by, theft, energetic siphoning. Is being held up by a lot of things that doesn't honor the Most High. And so this might be the tower you're about to bring. Yeah, look. This is the tower you're about to bring, hun. Okay? You're about to bring a tower. Because that's what exposing does. Okay? You're about to expose the cracks in the foundation. That this needs to be torn down and built on integrity, built on ethics, built on spiritual justice, built on honoring yourself and honoring people, like respecting at least. Tell us more. Yeah, because something and someone is under some sort of judgment. Something and someone is under some sort of judgment. You're being assigned to the proper place that you need to be in for this, next season of your life. However long that lasts in regards to time, you're being taken in to the proper arena. Okay? That what you have learned while you've been growing and healing is now The divine is ready to take your private personal lessons, your private personal growth, and project it outward, right? Project it outward towards the world. Two of Cups. Because you're an agent of healing, is what I just heard the Spirit call you. You're an agent of healing, an agent of healing, an agent of restoration, an agent of renewal. It's something about your vibration. It's very healing vibration. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit. We have the Seven of Swords. There is some sort of deceit taking place. There is some sort of trickery, some sort of betrayal here. Tell me more. The world. Clarify. The reverse Empress. Clarify the world and the reverse Empress together, please. The Star. Someone could be I feel like this is these people that I'm picking up in the spirit that's looking at you as unqualified, or looking at you as an overnight success, questioning how or why it gets to be you to step into this position. It's almost as if they don't want you to have it with this the reverse world and the reverse Empress. Okay. Um you're also bringing healing to something that is outdated, something that is antiquated, something that needs to pass. It could be a perception. It could be a perception that the world has as it relates to what is divine, what is truth, I'm hearing, and what is not. You could be exposing the Seven of Swords that has been taking place in the world. Have the Strength card. The Four of Cups. Something that's been accepted as normal or right, or something that's been embraced and accepted should not be. Okay, there's some sort of deception that's taking place. Okay, like, clarify the Four of Cups. Because I'm thinking about the Hierophant, but I'm thinking about the reverse Hierophant, which talks about unorthodox. There could be a point of view that you have been given by Spirit that is unorthodox. Okay, but the Hierophant in the upright talks about rules, talks about structure, organizations, rigidness. It can be very rigid, right? It could be, this is the way it is, this is the way they said it was. Don't nobody question it. Nobody ever looks at it differently. Nobody has a new revelation of it. Like, everybody's just regurgitating the same rules, the same structure, the same ideas, the same thing. And it's not even divine truth. It's not even divine truth. And this could be something that you have investigated. This is something that you have investigated, and so you have a correction to bring to those who will receive it. To those who will receive it from you. You're not going to be able to heal the whole world, but there are certain ones that you will be able to directly impact, and they would not be able to receive this healing if you weren't moved into certain spaces, places, and times and frequencies. Like, so this is not about trying to heal the whole world. This is about reaching those who may be a part of the same star system as you, maybe a star seed like you, right? This is about reaching those who you are destined to reach, and being put in the position, in the place and space to reach them. Okay? So this is This is a deep reading because there's something that you're about to shine a light on. This is some sort of toxicity, some sort of, you understand me? This is, you have investigated something. You have investigated something. You have investigated what is sitting in the heart space of humanity that is poisonous, that is toxic, that is obsessive, right? Um I'm hearing regressive, but something that is keeping humanity from being able to move forward, or this particular organization or this particular group or industry. Okay, so your presence in this space that you're being taken into is absolutely going to bring an elevated understanding of whatever it is you are called to do. Okay, because this could literally be, in spirituality, but just because you're a high priest or a high priestess doesn't mean you necessarily don't function when it comes to occupations. You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you know what I mean? Like you could be a paralegal, you could be doing anything, but whatever it is that you are being walked into, you're going to be a catalyst for change. You're going to be a catalyst for change. We have the reverse Knight of Swords. Clarify. The reverse Knight of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like this is something you've not. This is something you haven't done before. Whatever this is. Now you're qualified as the high priest, high priestess. But the actual skill behind this industry or this new opportunity might be relatively new to you. Five of Swords. This is about self-realization. You're probably going to come to the realization that okay, Spirit, are you sure? Like, I don't know if I have. This goes back to that imposter syndrome and that sense of, when you first are presented with the opportunity, you may be tempted to turn it away because you feel like you're underqualified for it. Like, but there's something else. The opportunity could be directly connected to the mission of you shining light on something, or it could just be the door open to get you in the room where something else you're going to end up doing. Okay, I'm really, it's kind of layered because I feel like this is something new to you, but it's directly connected to what you are capable of doing and fully seasoned in doing. Okay, qualified. It's connected to that, but it might not be that directly. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I hope that makes sense. It's like the example I gave. You may have a heart to be an activist. You decide to join a nonprofit, but you're also spiritual. You're also a high priestess. You're also a chosen one. You're also divine, but you want to get out in the community and start your activist, career. And so you join a nonprofit, but when you get in the door of the nonprofit, you see a whole lot of foolishness. So then you have to get into and put on your high priestess hat while being, functioning in a nonprofit as a volunteer, as a worker, whatever, but you have to put on your high priestess hat or your high priest hat and bring exposure to something and bring correction to something. That's what I mean by, it's like it's connected to what you are qualified to do, but the thing itself, that the opportunity itself may appear to be something you're not qualified to do. that you're going to need to go get new skills on, or you feel underqualified. So if you are walking into this opportunity, spirit just wants you to be mindful to not let imposter syndrome or self-doubt or anything like that overcome the fact that you are being sent into this space. Okay, we have the reverse moon. There's a revelation. There's definitely a revelation. That you have a revelation. You have a revelation of something. You have a revelation of something that you're going to be communicating in the King of Wands, possibly about some sort of abuse, some sort of misuse, misappropriation of resources. Something here. Something. Okay. Let's see. Where do you want me to go? I want to know about what's going on in this situation that you are about to shake up, because you're about to shake up something. I don't know what it is. I want to know more about that. Let's get the architect depth, because it seems like somebody is already in positions of power or an authority, that their authority needs to be questioned. Excuse me, y'all. I got to retch around and retch it off. I got to retch around and retch it off. Let me get this deck here. It seems like somebody might need a little bit of correcting, a little bit of guidance. All right, let's get the archetype. What's going on in this space that the collective is about to go shine bright in? You're definitely about to bring healing to something that has long time needed it. Okay. What archetypes are playing out in this space that the collective is being brought into? We have a Midas, a miser, because it came out in the shadow, came out in the reverse. So let's read the shadow aspect of this. Hoarding money. Oh, you don't say. Hoarding money and emotions. Obsessive fear of losing your wealth. Okay. You know, someone where you're being sent, it could even be, in your own family dynamic, right? But you're going to shine light on something that has to do with someone being in this miser energy. I'm hearing a scripture that says making merchandise of God's people. Like someone could be making merchandise of the disenfranchised, of making merchandise of people who are in need of help. This is giving abuse of power here, right? And this could be on a job all the way up to, high levels in politics. I don't know. You could be a politician listening to me. You could be an aspiring politician. You could be getting ready to run for mayor, governor. I don't know. You know what I mean? But there's been something going on in this space that you're being brought into, that you are about to come in and shine a light on this. You're being put in the proper place at the proper time to illuminate something. Tell us more, Spirit. What's going on in this space? We have the reverse servant. See what I'm saying? Somebody ain't serving like they supposed to be serving. Using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. Oh. And then we have the reverse networker. Somebody's using finances to keep people stuck. I don't know what that means. Take that how I resonate. But somebody is financially manipulating people. The reverse networker conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is what's going on in this space. All right. But they sitting out here talking about some damn where my card at? Everything is fine. Everything's fine. No, we have it under complete control. We have it under control. No, you don't. What you're doing is using control. You're using some aspect of control, okay, to betray those who may be entrusting you with something. Mm-hmm. 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 Somebody's a hustler. That's what I just heard. They hustling people. They hustling people. I don't know what this space is you're about to shine light on, collective. Um, I don't know. This could be also that somebody has already been found out to be spiritually abusive, financially abusive to people, manipulative, sitting out here as the reverse king of wands. Somebody could already be found out to be that, and they've already been put out of that position, and you're being brought in because you are qualified to do the job the way the job was supposed to be done the first time before this mofo got up in there doing it. Okay? Take a high resonate. Tell us a little more. Tell us some more. Yeah. And I'm just noticing how everything's coming out in the shadow aspect. So, in the shadow aspect, we have the trickster. Okay? You have the trickster. Manipulating others through duplicity. And we have the rescuer in reverse. So whoever this person is, they give off the air that they can help, that they gonna help, that they know how to help, but they don't know how to help. They then turn around and charge you X amount of thousand of dollars because they want you to believe that they're qualified to help. You pay the money and then don't end up getting the help. Whatever that means. Whatever kind of help it is. This person sells themselves as somebody who is going to be able to do this and do that, and I can help you with this, and we're going to, da 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 da. And this is what you will experience if you partner with me, or you come work for me, or you come work with me, or you whatever with me. You know what I'm saying? And then people pay X amount of dollars, and then they don't get the help. The rescuer, shadow aspect, assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. Okay. This is connecting to that the reverse servant. Mm. Somebody is a whole scam and a whole sham out here. Somebody is a whole scam and a whole sham. Give me the archetype of the collective that's being sent in to illuminate this. Guide. Mm-hmm. The first card in the upright, by the way, okay, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. This is what you represent. You are going in as representation of the divine herself, okay? Boom, mediator. I love it. Gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Um, Respect for both sides of an argument. We have a bully in the upright. Okay, let's see. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others. Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. This is what I'm saying. You have already experienced this energy. This is why you're qualified. Because in some way or another, you have experienced what it's like to be betrayed. You've experienced what it's like to be deceived. You've experienced what it's like, right? But everything is not fine, okay? And so you have the necessary qualifications through experience and through your divine essence and your divine frequency to go in and do this task, this job, this whatever. We have seeker in the reverse. Inability to commit to a path once found. This is saying to me that you again may be tempted to believe that you're not the person for the job. But I just keep feeling like this sense of, in one way you might not be the person for it because you don't have the necessary skills specifically for the job. But for the job that the divine is putting you on, you have all of the qualifications. So you have the world job. You might not be qualified. You might need to go read a book, take a course. I don't know, right? But the job or task in the spirit, you are absolutely qualified for. And so you're going to have the task of not letting this in qualification overshadow this in qualification. I mean, this qualification, okay? Don't let the in qualification as it relates to the earth energy, all right, overshadow the qualification you have in the spirit. But whoever is looking at you to bring you into this opportunity, they is something about who you are at the spirit level. They're not even really concerned about whether you're qualified to do to do the task, the job itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not worried about that. What they're looking at you as the leader. You're the leader that is needed. You're the light that is needed. You're fair. You're just. Okay. So this might be, like special to you because you might not at all have the occupational qualifications for it, but you absolutely have the spiritual vocation for it. Okay. So yeah, you might have some people evil eyeing you over this little situation. What else does the collective need to know about this spirit? This is going to be a transition, okay? So you be prepared to make some sort of transition, some sort of change is coming. There's going to be some things you're going to have to kind of put to sleep for good, and then there's some things you're about to step into, okay? Or some things you've already put to sleep, which is allowing you to step into this opportunity. You may have to travel for this opportunity, okay? And then we have boss right behind it. I can't make this up. You're going to have to travel, but this is definitely a leadership position. All right. Tell us more. Jezebel and Sweetheart. Now, when you get there, there could be someone out here in this Jezebel energy. We're going to clarify her because she just popped up in the middle like, hey, okay. Now, Jezebel, I broke that down on a Sacred Empowerment. Yeah, I think it was a Sacred Empowerment about the frequency of Jezebel, male or female. It has more to do with somebody is out here in a Jezebel energy, which is probably why you're being sent in, because Jezebel has a lot to do with sacrificing your divinity or abusing your position of leadership for financial gain. All right, and that can happen in many ways. She is the corrector of that energy. When you are in an energy of when you are in an energy of not honoring your divine nature and allowing yourself to be enslaved or pimped or sold to the highest bidder for finances, when you trade your divinity for money, okay, and you're not willing to allow yourself to learn the necessary lessons to recover and regain and elevate in your divine nature because you're so hyper focused on money, then Jezebel will come in to help you with that. And contrary to popular belief, she brings a lot of correction to men more so than women, because men This has everything to do with the matriarchal energy. This has everything to do with how how matriarchy functions. All right, and as opposed to patriarchy. So a lot of times men have to be broken down or being put in a place of submission. This is why in the Christianity, in the church, they talk about Jezebel as if she is some wicked witch of the West. You know, they talk about her that way, they condemn her that way because she absolutely comes up against toxic masculinity. Whether you are male or a woman, she will challenge your toxic masculinity every time, every time, because your divinity is in your femininity, and when you're not willing to allow your masculine self to surrender to your femininity, then you will meet Jezebel. Okay, because you have to do that in order to evolve as a divine soul. You have to surrender your masculinity to your femininity. So she's not necessarily what they paint her out to be. Okay, it's not just about prostitution and just being, promiscuous and da 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 da. It's so many ways in which you can trade your divinity for money. It doesn't have to always be sexual in its nature. Okay, so you may run up against this Jezebel energy. You may be about to be sent in as Jezebel to bring the correction, I talked about that on the Sacred Empowerments too. Y'all make sure y'all tapping into them Sacred Empowerments of the Divine Feminine, because they be really good. I go back and watch them all the time, and every time I watch it, I hear something else and I learn something different, all right? Clarify transition. Then we're going to get up off of here. I'm going to get you some state energy, though, because you about to have to move. Clarify transition. Access blocked. Blocked. Clarify. No access. Whatever this transition is, protection. Whatever this is being kept for you. It's being kept for you. Give me one more. The Empress. It's being kept for you. It's being set aside for you. It's been set aside for you. This has a lot to do with something you're destined to do. You were predestined to do. It's not just happenstance or coinky dinky. This is something you were predestined to do. And this position is also directly connected to why your protection has been so strong. Why your protection has been so strong. Divinity. This has to do with your divinity. Okay? So, clarify travel. Flying monkey. Abundance. You're going in because you're being sent in because somebody in that space has been doing something with finances. I don't know what this is. I don't know. It's something got to do with leadership and abuse. Okay. You're definitely being sent in to do the work to bring correction to toxic masculinity as it relates to leadership on a job, in an organization. You know what I mean? Because there's someone that has been occupying that space that has been stealing money, just point blank and period, stealing money, stealing energy from people, um, something along those lines. Clarify boss, whoever this is, it could have been the head of this company, has been removed, and now they want to put you in that position. Clarify boss. We have 88 out here. Leo, Lionsgate, pathway. Poverty. Please help. This boss, this leader was supposed to be a pathway for people to get help. Courthouse. Starseed. Occupation of a starseed. This is absolutely a job that you're about to be put on. They were supposed to be helping, maybe helping star seeds some kind of way. Okay? But they were supposed to be helping somebody and they weren't helping them. They weren't helping people get the resources that they need, whether it was spiritual resources, whether it was tangible, financial resources, housing, it could be anything. But this person has been not appropriating the resources appropriately. Maybe they are the imposter. They are the imposter. They were the one that was never qualified. Clarify Jezebel. Actual money. Yeah. This person showed up in the Jezebel energy. Jezebel, like I said, is about to bring correction to this. She's about to bring change. I cannot make it up. Okay? You don't have to take my word for what things are. I'm just a high priestess that has gone through a lot and therefore know a lot, and I don't mind sharing it. But Jezebel is the corrector of the divine soul that is trading their divinity for something that is not even at all as valuable as the divinity that you hold. So she is the corrector of toxic masculinity, whether that shows up in men or shows up in women. However it shows up, she is the one that you got to see in order to get that done right and get that right. Okay? Clarify, sweetheart. We have rising star. This is you. This is you. This is a community. Okay? This is some sort of organization, some sort of community. Could be a family. I don't think it's a family. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like this is like just your family. Like you bringing, like, I don't. It could be, but I feel like this is something on a greater, grander scale. Okay? But you're about to illuminate something and bring healing to it. This could be a community of star seeds who maybe had, thought they had a certain person qualified to continue to guide them, lead them, whatever. But this person is not qualified. And if they were, they've sold their qualifications and became obsessed and hungry over just receiving the money. Which, I don't know. I guess you can be deceived by money. Money is a powerful energy. Authority and power is powerful, and you have to have your heart. Your heart has to be balanced. And this is you, the one with the sweetheart that is going in. That is going in, being sent in to do a job for the divine. Wow. I have message. This nice guy is in his south node. This nice guy operates from his south node. And how you gonna be a nice guy and operate from your south node? I wouldn't understand. But I mean, I guess you could, because sometimes you could be overly nice, and that could be a part of your south node. But nevertheless, I'm not getting that this nice guy is actually a nice guy. This is the way he presents himself, but he's actually quite toxic. Okay. All right. And that may be what you are being sent in to say, to bring light to, or or maybe you've already done it. Maybe this is why this community or whoever is wanting you to come and work with them, come and be a part. Um, Rich guy. Yeah, this nice guy is just about finances and about money and about wealth and obtaining more wealth, from the hurt, profiting off of the hurt and the trauma and the maybe neophyte mind of certain ones who come in to the community for this person's guidance. It's not that they're necessarily ignorant, it's just that they're young in their journey. They're young in whatever they how they're perceiving the world, possibly. Okay, but this nice guy who was not a nice guy has learned how to just profit off of people and not actually give them what they're there to receive, which is some sort of guidance, some sort of instruction, some sort of help, tangible help, financial help, housing, and whatever that is. Okay, so I'm gonna get you some state energy. This could be where you were born, where you currently live, a city that you're thinking about moving to. This could be where you're going to be asked to move to. This could be where the position opportunity is going to actually be, if it's not in the same state that you reside in, or the same city. Anything like that, okay? Give us some state energy around this divine being who is about to be sent in to do the work for the Most High Spirit. Give us some state energy. We have Minnesota. Okay. Michigan. A lot of heart and sacral energy out here with the green. Missouri, Wyoming. Some sacral energy, but some heart. This is about getting to the heart of the matter. This is about your heart being qualified. This is about the light that you shine, is because you have balanced your heart chakra. And I know I'm just doing state energy, but I'm looking at all of the green because not all of these cards are green. So we have New York. Okay. We have Alaska. All right. Okay. Way up yonder, we have Virginia. And one more. Okay, maybe two more. Nebraska and Oklahoma. All right, collective. I'm going to just show you this because we have this at the bottom of the deck. All right. Somebody's not leading correctly, and there's about to be a correction that the divine is about to make through you. Okay? Thank you so much for tapping in. Y'all please hit the like button. Show your girls some support. Show the channel some support. Thank you so much for all of your likes on the other videos and your comments. Nothing goes unnoticed at all. If you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. Join the tribe. Join the family and everything. You know what I mean? Turn that notification bell on so you'll know when I'm back with another message. And I love you guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace, family.